Good evening, everyone, fellow traders and fellow humans. It's Mr. Joseph Trades. Thank you for joining me for my performance summary for Tuesday, March 25th. Let's dive right in. We'll take a look at Tradezilla first. Improvement over yesterday, still a big red day, but I was a bit aggressive on some evals and it was a mixed bag. I'll go over that more in just a moment. Overall, only a 35% win rate, and this price action is still giving me some trouble, but it is what it is. And so let's take a look at how the month is shaping up. So that was last month. So we've got 3 days left in this month. Actually 4 if you count the 31st, but for a full week. So hoping to end up on a strong note, but that would be a change. I'm hoping to make a change in that direction. I'm getting a little tired of how I've been performing lately, and I'm the one who can control that. I still made some mistakes today, not as many, and that was reflected in the slightly bigger P&L, but still not a day to be proud of for me for sure. Let's take a look at the chart, shall we? This is the big picture, the 4 hour. Been talking about this about the past week or so, as price has indeed rotated up to the EMA, just as we've been talking about. Now the question is, does price stop and come back down? Does it close above and start rotating back higher? That would be very nice for everyone if you're interested in having a good retirement portfolio. I'm sure we would all appreciate that. Although this is a critical area, this could be a place where it rejects and retests this low. So I don't know what will happen, I just know something will happen. Let's look at the 15-minute chart. So this is the action from today, and a little bit better price action. Still some really long wicks. The bodies are not the biggest, so we call these dojis. So the first 15 minutes started out with a doji, and that's always a sign that you may be in for some challenges. So then I like to look at the first hour. So the first hour, basically, we stayed in this range until it started making a move about 10:15, and it finally broke out. I thought it was going to keep going to this pivot point, but it did not. It reversed, came back down to the VWAP, did a little more consolidation, and then finally in the last half hour made a nice bullish move, which frankly is what saved a lot of my numbers today. I was in danger of having as bad, if not worse, a day as yesterday. I'm fortunate that today the price decided to actually have some follow through and go to the logical buy side liquidity target. So that was nice to see. Let's go to our execution time frame. The 5-minute chart is what I execute on. Here you can see the first hour in more detail. Look at the dojis. Welcome to Doji City, please hold. Look at the overlapping bodies. That is difficult to trade. Finally you get a bull flag, a breakout. It does reach this key level, reverses back down to the EMA. Had some good trades in there. And then, the story, chop. There's some chop. Made a move. I thought it was going to try to retest the swing high. Promptly reversed with a 2-bar bearish engulfing and retested the VWAP into, guess what? More chop. Look at all that. Horrible. But fortunately, it made a push up and it did another retest of the VWAP. And then about 255 we started getting a bullish move, and this final bull flag actually had some candles that went to the logical take profit, which for me I was shooting for here, because on a normal session with normal price action I would have targeted the day's high, but today I was just going to be happy if it got here. It turns out it went even further, so that is good to see some logical normal price movement in the last hour of the day, as opposed to this and this and this. Oh look, more right there. I think this might have something to do with the VIX being a little too low. I know last week I was grumbling about it being too high. It was like it was on illegal drugs, but now it looks like it's a funeral's about to break out when the price, it just doesn't go anywhere sometimes, and it looks like I'm looking at the S&P contract instead of the NASDAQ. It's a little hard to sit through sometimes, but that's the environment we're given, so just have to adjust to it and figure out what works. So far I haven't really figured it out, although I am improving. Finally, I forgot to do this yesterday, my account summary. Yesterday I didn't get to this till too late at night, and it had already deleted, but I took a screenshot today so you can see how my accounts did. We'll start with the funded accounts. This is a Take Profit Pro. Yesterday I had a pretty tough day. Today I was not good, but I kept the losses to 301.50, so that's an improvement over yesterday. This My Funded Futures number 28 is the next one that I would like to look at, and it's right above it. Today I actually had a small gross positive, but due to commissions I had a small net loss, so sort of treading water with that. This is still about $500 below where it started, so it's hanging in there. At one point it was 600 above where I started, so yesterday, needless to say, was very rough on that one. And finally, for now, the other two funded accounts that I have are these PAs from Apex, 27 and 28. 28 had a good day, up 304.36. I caught one of those moves in the first hour that I was referring to and shut that one down for the day. And this one, I had some trades which just were unfortunate breaks. Not sure I would have changed anything on them. They just didn't land on the right side of probability. Those days will happen, and when that happens, it's important to stop trading them. And all my PAs I did. I got a little more aggressive with some of my evals because I want to get more PAs, and some went better than others. Respectable gain on these. These were just sort of mediocre, and then I went pretty aggressive on this, and that one didn't turn out very well. Nor did these, but I want to stack a few more PAs and try to copy trade them, and just shoot for reasonable profit targets every day and really amplify my returns. I'm tired of paying these recurring eval fees, even though I can. It's just getting annoying. It seems like the weeks go by like that, and then before you know it, there's about 10 or 11 charges that I'm really tired of seeing. When they're PAs, they don't have the charges after you activate them. Then the trick is holding on to them and growing them. So there are two different approaches between evals and PAs for me. But that's all I have for you tonight. I want to thank you for your time. Please, if you found any value in the video tonight, consider subscribing. I would appreciate that. If you have any comments, I'd like to read them. And if you don't mind pressing like, I would appreciate that as well. Until next time, Mr. Joseph Trades wishing everyone great trading.